Hey Resinators, I hope you all are doing amazing. So I have been in an extra positive mood lately because the weather has been amazing here in Oklahoma. So you guys gotta let me know, is the weather warmer than usual where you live? Because I almost feel like we just skipped through winter. But anyways, I have another revenge story for you today. This one is petty revenge because sometimes I need a little petty revenge in my life. It is so satisfying if it's done right. So I haven't read the story yet, but you have to help me decide if this petty revenge is justified or just completely out of line. So this first story is about a couple of engineers calling OP a fake engineer, and then he ends up buying their dinner. So I'm not quite sure how this is revenge, but we're about to find out. My daughter, 17, told me that I should post this story here. And I'm the dad who does as the woman in my life tell me, which is how I ended up in a restaurant tonight with snobs. So the characters, my wife's coworker 1 and her husband, an arrogant engineer. My wife's coworker 2 and her husband, my CPA. And lastly, there was another arrogant engineer who tagged along and brought his wife as well. Each couple has 2 teenage children with us. So we were all at a Japanese steakhouse in America where the chefs cook in front of you. Coworker 1 and arrogant engineer 1 invited all of us for their youngest daughter's birthday. Since their daughter is close with our daughter, we decided to have the parents sit at one table and the teens sit together at another table. At the teen table, my daughters, 17 and 14, order a sushi appetizer, mocktails, and shrimp with scallops. At our table, the sake is flowing along with a few top shelf drinks. My wife and I order our appetizers, drinks, and dinners. We're all paying for ourselves, and I see arrogant engineer 1 and arrogant engineer 2 seem to be in competition with who can spend the most. My CPA and I chuckle at them and stay out of the fray. That is until arrogant engineer 2 hears my daughter order and says to her, "Careful now, your daddy is only an agricultural engineer. He doesn't make as much as us real engineers." For context, they're structural engineers with bachelor degrees, and I'm an agricultural engineer with a PhD. I work for governments, private investors, and several agro corporations. I own my own consulting firm. I help build sustainable, reusable gardens, and this work allows me to travel to poorer countries and help them use what they have to start growing their own food. Apparently, these men thought all I did was travel to impoverished places and teach people to dig in the dirt. They believed I did all this work for free and therefore made very little money. I'm not rich by any stretch, but I'm comfortable. We don't do extravagance, so we have savings and my wife works. However, in 2023, I was awarded a handsome contract to design tower gardens in several states. It's a 7-figure contract over 3 years. Back to dinner. These guys ask me about the most ridiculous things, like, is it good to grow onions and carrots in the same garden? And were literally laughing at me and my work until their wives told them to stop. I chalk it up to drunken arrogance and don't even bother to answer. My CPA was laughing so hard that he almost fell out of his chair. Apparently, he was arrogant engineer 1 CPA as well, so he knows the ins and out of both of our finances. Arrogant engineer 1 taught CPA to tell the table what he brought home last year after bonuses. CPA pulled up the figures on the phone and tells us it's about 1/3 of what I brought home in 2023. The CPA says, "I have yours, you want me to share?" I decline, and he nods, and cue another round of taunts. So I go to the restroom and find the waiter. I pay for the whole check and leave a generous tip on top of what they added for a big party. Our waiter happily thanks me for the generous tip in front of the whole table. And both arrogant engineer 1 and 2 stare at me for a moment. I smile and nod and then tell CPA to tell them my income from last year. After which I simply said good night. Petty? Absolutely. Gratifying? Damn right. Okay, so that's some pretty good revenge. I know OP got to get the last laugh, but for me, I don't know. I'm not using my money for petty revenge. Because let's be real, they ended up getting a free meal after bullying him. They're kind of the ones who got the last laugh. I personally would have just told them what I made to shut them up so that I didn't have to pay for their dinner, but that's just me. But either way, it was still justified, and I'm just glad that OP felt good about it at the end. So you guys let me know, would you pay somebody's bill after they bullied you all night? Also, let me know what you think about the final results to my newest hard container. So I feel like this one is missing something. I'm wondering if I should add maybe a name or maybe a little bit of designs with my Cricut machine onto the container. So let me know if you have any ideas in the comments. All right, besties, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay kind, stay amazing, and keep on resonating. Peace.